In this video, I'm going to share some small, impactful changes that you can make in your home in short order and for not a huge amount of money. We, of course, recommend doing the full gamut and making your home energy efficient, but not everybody has the ability to do that quickly, or sometimes the funding isn't there right now, or we need to wait for tax credits, something. There's a lot of reasons that people may not be able to move quickly right now, but there are things that they can do in the meantime to make their home more energy efficient. Hi, I'm Sadie with Green Homeowners United, and in this video, I'm going to tackle what you can do in really short order to help a little bit with your utility bills and your home comfort. The first thing we recommend is thinking about some behavioral changes. Of course, you want to do things like turn off this faucet when you're brushing your teeth or between washing dishes. Just be conscientious of your water usage, how long you're showering. We don't want you to take a 60-second shower. We don't want to ask anyone to take a 60-second shower or wash out of a bucket, but just be conscious of how much you're using and when the tap should be turned off because you're not using it. You should also be mindful of your energy usage. Oftentimes, just turning off a light when you leave a room, but even more than that, what we see fairly often is a TV left on, sometimes multiple TVs left on in a home that isn't being watched. Turn off appliances that you're not using. That doesn't mean you need to unplug your microwave when you're not using it, but if you're not using something directly like a television or you're not in a room for long periods of time, turn off those energy sucks like lights and TVs. We also really encourage you to turn down your thermostat in winter, at least a couple of degrees. You need to be comfortable and safe, of course, but reducing your temperature, say from 74 degrees to 68 degrees, can make a really big impact on your carbon usage. Just throw a sweater on. And in summer, be mindful of when your air conditioning is on, especially if you're away from home. The easiest way to do a lot of these things is to invest in a smart thermostat. A smart thermostat replaces your regular thermostat, and it can be programmed to help make these behavior changes automatic. For example, at our house, we have the water heater turned down in the middle of the night when we're not going to be using it. And we have the heat set to go down during the night. That's comfortable for us. But also when we're away from home for long periods, we can then adjust on our phones on an app. Or we can set it, if we know we're gone all day for work, we can set it to reduce during the day. You can always manually override it if you need to, if you come home in the middle of the day. These small things that you can set up one time that make these small changes easy can be really helpful and take the time burden away from you. The other thing we really recommend is replace any non-LED bulbs with LEDs now. I was always in the camp that you replaced a light bulb when it burnt out. But that's not what the data shows us. LEDs use only 10% of the energy compared to an incandescent, and they last 13 times longer. This can make a difference in your energy usage. Think about that, 10% of what the current bulbs are. Bulbs are not crazy expensive. If you can only replace a few at a time, replace the lights that you use the most. But ideally, replacing all your bulbs with LEDs is going to have an impact. And finally, think about Energy Star appliances when you need to replace an appliance. A refrigerator, a microwave, a water heater. Appliances should have, if they're Energy Star rated, they'll have a description of how much power they use. You'll want to look for that label when you're replacing those appliances. We know it's not realistic to replace all of your appliances right now, especially if the current ones are working. But if they're more than 20 years old, you might want to think about being ready to replace them soon, knowing that older appliances use a lot more energy than the new Energy Star ones that work just as well, but are designed to use less energy. We hope in the long term that you will get an energy assessment of your home and find out all the different places that energy is being used, that it could be potentially fixed or leaks sealed. But in the short term, I hope this helps give you some things to do.